Hello and welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival. Today we are in uncharted territory as we continue to work our way through Chapter 2 of the story missions. We'll be starting it today, finding out what Elion has in store for us with these new missions. So, make sure you got yourself a nice brew, make yourself comfortable, and strap in, because here we go. Although I will admit, these stories are less about white-knuckle clenching to the side of the chair kind of action than I perhaps led you to believe. So, flying to the Phoenix system is our next objective, because now we're on Operation Phoenix New Terra. And the main storyline, Terminal Nexus, is the last one. Okay, so let's go ahead and activate New Terra. Find survivors of Operation Phoenix in the solar system of the same name. If you start this mission, a bookmark will be set on a galaxy map, fly to the Phoenix system, and campaign will start automatically. For a better understanding of the background, it is strongly recommended to complete the main story mission Operation Phoenix Lost and Found before starting with New Terra. If you are looking for a specific system name on the galaxy map, you can search, set a bookmark, right click, blah blah blah, problem with the mission, blah blah blah. Okay, let's go. Bookmark. A bookmark hath been added 177.7 light years away. That is some distance. The problem is, it's great. It shows it on the HUD, obviously, but good luck finding it in the galaxy map without using the search function. So Phoenix. It might help if I actually spell it correctly, of course. Okay, show on map. Okay, there we are. We're all the way over in East Inner section of the galaxy. It is waypointed. We are the hell away. Oh gosh, I can't even tell where we are now. Usually I'm like a big bouncing kind of little arrow saying you are here, but I can't see that anywhere around here. Oh, I think I see it over in that direction. There it is. There it is, all the way over there. Whoosh, look at that. We have got quite the travel to do in order to get to the Phoenix system. Okay. Because we are, at the moment, we're in the war zone, right? We are in the war zone between the Creel Empire and the Xerox Empire. It looks like we have to go through Creel space in order to get to the East Inner area. We're going to have to upgrade our warp drive, because jumping at 30 light years a time is just unacceptable. So let's go ahead and get into our engineering section here, and we'll see what the upgrade costs for our warp drive. Head downstairs into our engineering section, and we can see the warp drive just through the gap there. Turn the flashlight on, it might be easier. Through the consoles, it's right there. I don't want to go through the door because it's radioactive in there. Let's go ahead. I've got a bunch of stuff on me. I'm an idiot. Let's go ahead and connect to the input box here. Press T. So 8 oscillators and 10 flux coils is what we need to manufacture. 8 oscillators and 10 flux coils. Let me see our constructor about this. Oscillators. There they are. Output of 4 and 10 flux coils. There, we've got 5 in there already, but there we go. We should have them now. Let's head back. And now, I would normally say before you upgrade your warp drive, you want to make sure that you have enough CPU for an advanced warp drive. In this case, I already know we do, because I checked it previously. There we go. We now have an advanced warp drive. That'll get us a range of 60 light years, I believe, or maybe it's 80. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, if we have a look in our devices now, it's probably right at the bottom and ungrouped, because new device. So 60 light year range here. And it can be upgraded to an epic warp drive. What does that take? Let's have a look at that. So that takes a 1 upgrade kit warp drive CV, which I think we get for the Explorer token missions. So that was going to require us to just sort of bum around and explore different planet types and get the various tokens. I do believe at the last count I had about 5 in there. We now have 6 there. 7, you get the drill. I can't remember the rest of the way, but we'll figure it out. So, yeah, we've got a long way to go in order to get to our next destination. And along the way, let's see if we can find some interesting things to look at, I suppose. However, if after this cut I'm on the Phoenix system, then I found nothing interesting. Which is entirely possible here in the vanilla game, I'm afraid to say. Anyway, let's see what we can find, shall we? So in one jump, we can actually clear ourselves out of Creel space with this advanced warp drive. We're taking ourselves to Smeses, which is an M-class system just outside Creel space. So I imagine that this is going to be a pretty dull system. Misco is a snow planet. I don't think we've been on one, and there is a nitrogen volcanic planet over there. This is a work in progress playfield. I remember in the patch notes of this update, they had quite a few new playfield types that were either sketches or work in progress. So meager resources, very deep but very easy to mine. Far away from the star, blah, 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 blah. Nice read up on a volcanic nitrogen planet. So it'd be interesting to go and just pop into both of these, because I think we'll get an explorer token for both. So let's have a little look at Misco. And here we go. We are on the snow planet, and there's our explorer token. Lovely. It's possible this planet might have some decent POIs on it in terms of abandoned POIs. It's not going to have anything like from the Xerax Empire or anything like that. It might have like pirate stuff on here, but it looks like it's possibly just a wreck or something down there. Yeah, it is. Okay. All right, let's check out the nitrogen planet and get our explorer token for that as well, hopefully. Volcanic nitrogen moon. No explorer token for this one. I wonder if there's no explorer tokens probably for any of the new planet types. So if you see whip or sketch or anything like that, I mean, I'm looking at this thing and it's complete and a waste of time. There's some resources here, like 1 aluminium and 1 lithium. There's no POIs. There's a couple of those question marks here, actually. I'll go check them out just to be sure, but it looks like it's got a barren planet set up in neutral territory. So there's no real, unless you're here for the resources, there's no real reason to come here. Yeah, just wreckages and stuff. Okay, let's move on. I suspect that most of the planets that we visit are going to be very similar. Just a few resources and wreckages and POIs that are not worth even stopping for. That is very much, in the vanilla game, that is very much the case for most planets. Like 99% of the planets and 99% of the stars outside of faction territories have nothing on them. Absolutely nothing on them apart from just what you see here. A few resources and some crappy wrecks. So you're better off staying within the territories of the greater factions. At least then you are going to see actual POIs. Well, unfortunately, our route is taking us way out of faction territory, out into the woodlands, I think it's called here. But yeah, if you want to actually have anything interesting to do, these little blobs of color is where you need to sort of stay. Essentially, if you go out of that, you'll find a very empty and boring galaxy. At least in vanilla anyway. If you want a little bit more to see, then you should check out a scenario called Reforged Eden 2. Anyway, let's move on. Well, all that being said though, I did find Colonist Trading Hub out here in the arse end of nowhere. And this is a good little asteroid base. Very nicely decorated. I think I might be able to get the STO3 into that little hubby on the other side of this rock here. Colonist, obviously you have to be neutral with them at least in order to trade with them. But yeah, if I recall correctly, this place has got quite a few traders inside. Let me see if I can squeeze in here. I think I can. I want to get the Wi-Fi as far out as possible, basically. Yeah, that'll do. Lovely. Let's go see what we can do. Now we got standard traders here. We got like food traders, and we got medical traders back there. And we have a gin console here. So let's see what we can turn in for our explorer tokens. We have 8 explorer tokens here. And I think we're already... So, redeem tokens. Rank unlocked 7. There we go. Claim rewards. And claim the drill. Reward info. So the next one is 14 at the Epic Auto Miner. And then 21, 28, 35. Okay. We can then replace Epic Drill. There we go. Lovely. Here we go. This is the main trade area. So lots of traders here. Star Industries, Boom Shaka. There's a Karana just wandering around. Jesus. Shoot those guys for a living, Craig. Just wandering around down here. This guy sells the Alien Plasma T6 ingredient, which you need in order to make the large health packs. So, and they only he sells them for 2. So absolutely buy as many of those as humanly possible. This guy buys and sells all the weaponry, so I'm going to see if I can offload all the weapons that I've got in my weapons box here. This is going to take a while. I found this guy on the station, and he sells luxury goods at a remarkably low price of 1,042. I'm going to buy 250. He sells narcotics at a remarkably low price of 984. I'll buy 250 again. Then you head down into the hangar bay and find this guy here, and he will buy luxury goods at a whopping 1492. And narcotics at a whopping 1373. I wasn't 100% sure on the stock, which is why I only bought 250. But now I know I'll go back in and do that again. And again. And we're just making money. So much money. It's delightful. And there we go. I've made over $1 million. Now I could go and sleep in the ship, which will then reset the traders. And then I could do that again and again and again and again and again until essentially I have more money than I know what to do with. But to be honest, if you're in a single player game and you're going to cheese the system like that, you may as well just use the item menu to give yourself a bunch of money. Save yourself a bit of time. Anyway, let's move on to the Phoenix system, shall we? Here we go. Attention, unidentified vessel. You're entering a restricted zone under desk regulation, blah. Identify yourself or vacate the solar system immediately. Identify as Joe Spanj Hendrick. I thought it was John. I thought we were a John. Now we're a Joe? Are we a Joe or are we a John? At least they remembered the Henricks bit, even if they couldn't remember the first name. Guys, you've got it written down. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Like the story was written by 3 different people over the course of a year and nobody looked at the notes. Okay. Alright, cool. We're Joe now, guys. Never did like John anyway. Please proceed directly to new Terra. Okay, thanks. Joe out, John out. What am I, John or Joe? It's gonna go by Joanna. Next I'll be Jordan. Commander, due to limited landing pad size, please use a small vessel for your landing. Further instructions will be provided you as you approach the capital vessel. What? I thought I was landing. That's a cool gas giant in the background there, isn't it? Like a reverse Endor. Alright. Here we go then. Approach the planet. You want me in an SV? Is this one of those things? It's like, can you play this way so that it works for like our missions? Fine. I'll do that if you can remember my fucking name that you gave me. Plebs. Here we go. Oh, hey, look at all this UCH stuff here. Okay, we are coming down right on top of you guys. A UCH drone base. They've got a ranch. There's the capital. Please land at the designated landing pad. You've got it. The STO3 can land anywhere, by the way. I'll have you know. That is quite a small pad. You know what? It's fine. Oh, my guns are helping clear up the... Okay, here we go. Your trees are very unfriendly, UCH. They're very unfriendly trees. You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to land on the pad like instructed. Plonk. Like a dainty butterfly. Should I leave my shields on? We'll be good here. Can I go shields off? Can I hit hibernate? Oh my. First time the ship's been in hibernate for a while. It does actually turn off all the constructors though, and I need them running, so... Yeah. I got the constructors harvesting, processing all the ore and stuff that I mined on the way here. So yeah, I need them running. They're all running, processing various ores and stuff. Right, here we go. Let's go in the elevator. Hey, this is a nice space. Look at that. Whoever built this? Nice work. Very nice. Look at the little pillars and everything. Yeah. Oh, look. We've got a stretchy lady over there. These are the Titan Memorial, the Fallen. That's a nice touch. This is a very nice touch. Welcome. Oh, it's a swimming pool. Hey. Buy, sell, and trade in the distribution center. Senate chamber entrance. I'm appreciating the build here. This is a very nice build. I feel very much that this is UCH. Very futuristic Earthian. Okay, we go up. We're gonna go see Admiral Perez. Oh, the table is wardrobes. Interesting approach. I would have just used the new table assets that Elion provided and chained them together, but you know, wardrobes on the ends work well too. Yeah. Hello, Perez. I didn't expect you to have so many boobs. Right, welcome back. I see you've already made a name for yourself as Spanj. Yes, that is my name. Okay? I have 1,000 questions about what happened. Unfortunately, the celebration in honor of your return will have to wait a bit longer. Things are escalating quickly, but I wanted to see if it was really you and personally welcome you back. You must have a lot of questions. Did Alex survive safely? Such a simp. She arrived here safe and sound together with other UCH members from GLAD currently staying at nearby drone base. I managed to convince Alex to step in as interim commander since we've recently had a number of personnel go missing, at least until GLAD can reorganize herself. You shouldn't keep her waiting. She's in her office over there. Thank goodness. Do you want to know anything else? I'm quite busy at the moment, but I'll make time for you. Oh, thanks for the passive aggressiveness. What went wrong? Basically everything. Sweet. Attacked by Xerax, sacrificed the Titan, found the solar system, made some allies, like the Arcanian Republic. Sweet. What's the current situation? The military and the council are focused on surviving and finding a way back or establishing a new home for humanity. There's still no consensus on this. For now, we're running the base as a military outpost on constant alert. However, as support for new Terra grows, we may eventually transition to a civilian-led colony. What can I do? Speak with Alex. She probably has a lot she could use help with. Unfortunately, many things around here are still quite makeshift. Her office is over there on the command level second floor. Okay. Thanks for your time. Bye. Can I loot everything? Damn it. No. They have a reputation now, it would seem. It would make me unfriendly with UCH. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? I open one fucking locker and my capital ship on the landing pad there opens fire with all of its guns and tears you all asunder. That will go down very well. Look, she's always stretching. Every time. It's just stretching. I mean, it's important to stretch, don't get me wrong. Big fan of stretching. Training. Hang on. Would you like to know more? Haha, very good. Yeah. Your ad here. Brilliant. Player billboards. Get advertised across the system. Okie dokie. Can I pick plants without going unfriendly? Nope. If I pick one flower, a war will break out. And we have a components basic trader. Well, that's just fantastic. Okay. And that's it? That's the whole distribution center, is it? Sweet. Okay. You're very short. And you're very tall. That's a hole. Well, where am I going? Okay, the drone base over yonder. Very well. Rather than moving the entire ship, I will opt to take my little SV. Okay, just not because you said so, but because I want to. I clearly have a problem with authority, don't I? You should land in an SV. No. You should do this. No. You're John. No. You're Joe? No. Welcome to the drone base. Talk to Alex. You can find her in the office on the second floor of the drone base. Okie dokie. Alex? That doesn't look like an office to me. Lift. Second floor. Hangar bay open. Defenses offline. Intriguing. Is this my girlfriend? Hi, Alex. I can hardly express my joy, and honestly, I'd rather do anything else with you right now than play firefighter for my mother. I mean Admiral Perez. Just shortly after you rescued us from that prison, the walls here have eyes and ears, and unfortunately there is a lot to do to keep everything from blowing up in our faces, just like our GLAD base. Luckily, you were there in time, and all the survivors of that cowardly attack were evacuated. I'm sure you have 1,000 questions. What do I care about? What do I care about? What's the current situation? Currently things are calm. Your return from the dead and the arrival of GLAD survivors are pretty much the biggest events. However, it's led to increased alertness. As you've seen, no one walks around here in civilian clothing. I was told it's been like that from the beginning. You could say the situation is stable, but not secure. Okie dokie. How have you been? What have you been doing for the last year? Yeah, none of that. How can I help you? Actually, there is something you could do for me. Nothing too exciting. I have a report here about a shuttle pilot who missed his regular status update. He was supposed to chart an area for our researchers on the other side of the planet. It's probably just a communication issue caused by electromagnetically charged ground fog. Sure. Unfortunately, I can only give you a rough area. With a scanner, you should be able to find the shuttle easily. Please check on him and provide any assistance as needed. I'm on it. Haven't seen her in over a year, and already she's sending me away. Yeah. It's got to be someone else, I think, isn't there? Okay, let's go and see if we can find a rogue shuttle pilot. Stay frosty, guys. Check those corners. Alright, here we go. This is the shuttle here. Weird graphics glitch there. In the fog. Yep. The droid on the ground. Alright. What happened, droid? Damaged cyborg. Damaged cyborg. I see a body. Probably too late. We should search the area in the ship. Maybe we'll find personal PDA. Oh, got a navigation report. Ship looks fine. I wonder if the robots did it. Robots so totally did it, dude. Right. No logs available. Wow. They wiped it. Wiped everything. weeks of playing Taxi 4 and then get dumped on a boring job like this. That's the thanks I get for Boreas. They've got something coming. They can take those credits. And why? Why is this happening again? Error in just great. I have to get out and check. This walking junk is... Return to drone base. Alright. Just the entirety of the shuttle, is it? Wow. A crazy little ship. Just watching these guys like a hawk. Okay. Pilot's dead. The androids went rogue. Not that he was happy with UCH anyway. That fog is crazy. Planet's pretty cool. There's some glittery stuff coming through the ground here. The effect of something. I'm not sure what. That's gone even through the ground. Oh boy. Crushed into a mushroom. Wow, this is dense. Freaking dense jungle. Okay. So it looks like it's these flowers. These flowers here are giving off a glisten or a shine or something that I can see through everything. Vegetables. Natural sweetener. Well, this is freaky. This is a freaky place. Very freaky. Get out of here before a bunch of assassins or something come running at me through the fog. That would be scary. Alright, let's go. Back at the drone base. Let's go and talk to Alex about our dead pilot friend. Okay, hi Alex. Sad piece of news. It seems he underestimated those old robots roaming all over the place. I'll send a team to recover the body. Any information we can find. I have some reports to file, and I'll see you later. Decking cold, dude. Absolutely cold. Cold as ice. Is this later? Good to see you. It appears that we're missing several logs from the shuttle related to the pilot's mission. Typical shuttle flights in the system are meticulously documented. Flights to the moon, like the ones suggested in the pilot's PDA, are usually logged with extra scrutiny, especially considering that a dangerous virus was discovered at the excavation site which led to the facility being quarantined. A request for these logs went unanswered. Could I ask you to head to Boreas and check why we haven't received them? Sure. Doodaloo. Boreas is the moon in orbit of Themis here. Boreas! Here we go. This is a very jaggedy looking moon as well. Much a jag. Here we go. Entering UCH territory, approach the research camp. There it is, 2.3 away. No problem. You're entering a quarantine zone. Automated registration complete. Landing clearance granted. Okay. That's not disconcerting at all. We have touchdown. My ship is bigger than your entire base, but alright. We don't size shame around here. What do we got? We got a minus 160. I am probably going to need an EVA boost if I'm going to be loitering around out here then. Alright, here we go. Okay, so this thing is... It's a little sand crawler. That's cool. Station manager. Hello. Good day, Commander. I must admit I hadn't expected a visit from the representative of the headquarters anytime soon. Does that mean the excavation site is safe again? Has the quarantine been lifted? This makeshift setup is unbearable. And, as I mentioned in my report, all infected persons were relocated in accordance with orders. I'm looking for a transport record. You're looking for... the excavation leader. That's usually handled by the technicians. Why are you even here in person? As far as I know, all shuttle arrivals and departures are automatically forwarded to New Terra's central database every day. But alright, give me a second there. I've sent the logs to your suit. Now, are you going to do something about the excavation site? What's the situation? As you know, there was a small incident. Apparently the seal on a specialized container was broken, a mutagen recovered from the site was released, and our people got infected. None of the infected died, but we suffered losses. The Hishkal, who have lived peacefully on this moon until now, suddenly became aggressive and took over the facility. That's why we're keeping our distance until further orders. I'm confident you'll handle it. Fine, I'll take a look. Hishkal, basically the old golems. So the excavation site is 2 kilometers away that way. Ah, okay. Very well. Let's go murder some perfectly innocent creatures that have been driven mad by a virus. This seems normal. Here we are. The excavation site. Okay. Let's see what we have got to do. I can't explain why or how the mutagen was released. All the containers were triple sealed. The storage facility was locked down. Did we miss something? Kara, Daryl, and a few others didn't make it out. They were closest to the containers. That's also where most of the Hishkal were. I can see their position signals marked here. If we get the chance, we need to inspect the containers thoroughly again, and of course recover the bodies. I'm now activating the quarantine. Saffron, excavation leader. Okay. And let the looting begin, I suppose. Okie dokie. So the Hishkal, kind of like natives, I suppose. This looks like some ancient temple site. Very cool architecture. There's our first bad guy. Never mind. Look at this place. There are secrets in this place. I can feel it. There's a passage behind a destroyed terminal that appears to lead further into the structure. I wanted to go and take a look, but I've been told to wait till we get more lights down here. But first, I have to secure the containers. With the mutagen that we found stored here in a hidden chamber. This is so exciting. Well, yes, it sounds very exciting. Look at this. I can jump through. Tunnel. Oh, yeah. More bodies. More bodies and dead people. Another PDA. I heard a small bang coming from the direction of the containers. Then all of a sudden, the otherwise friendly Hishkal went crazy. One of them killed Daryl before we know what was happening. Then more of them appeared and began chasing the others back towards the cargo lift. I was cut off and had no choice but to flee down the passageway to escape. I've just climbed out of the floor into a small chamber, but I can't stop long. Those creatures could still find me. I need to find a way out. I'm glad you had a time to write a little blog. Well done. That's probably Daryl, poor bastard. Hope forensics can figure out what happened here. He got eaten. Or smacked. He got smacked to death. Wow. Didn't expect them to die so easily, I gotta be honest. One shot from a plasma rifle and they fall flat. Okay. I have got it on enemy difficulty easy. Okay. That's not a way down. That way then, I guess. I've got to inspect the containers. All right. In range of the long hauler, good. Because there's 91 steel blocks there. Lovely. This is very quiet. Random purple column. Interesting. This one does not look like the others. Work light. Another PDA. I was stupid, tried to sneak past one of the raging Hishkals, but it saw me and attacked. I managed to hide up here, but I'm losing enough blood to know that I'm not going to make it. But there's something new Terra needs to know. When I first climbed into the temple, there was a still working console with an interactive hologram. I couldn't get close. Those creatures were chasing me. If you find this, upload it to UCH Command. I want them to know what's down here. So this wasn't all for nothing. Good luck. Kara. I feel like Kara was one of the good ones. Or Kara. Oh, we got another red container here. Excellent. Another bunch of Xeno steel block. That's exactly the same as what was in the last one, wasn't it? Wow. Good loot variety. Excellent. And we go up. I'm guessing we go up because... What else is there? Oh, these things. I thought we already looted these. No mutagen present, but the container's shielding is definitely damaged. Kara wrote that she heard some bang or noise before hell broke loose. We shouldn't stay too long. I've located a final signal position. We should check if we can still see someone alive. Signal 3. So yeah, it looks like I had to open those little boxes twice, I guess. Yeah. Examine the corpse, read the PDA, and we read that one already. So yeah, definitely, we definitely lost track of something. Okay, no worries. I think that's it. Return to drone base. New Hishgal was all we faced, so it's a bit of a disappointment, but I'm sure things are starting to wind up and get more interesting. I hope, probably, maybe. Who knows? All right, back to the drone base and Alex. Thank you for your effort. By the way, the excavation leader asked me to pass along how grateful he is that he could finally continue his work. But I still can't make sense of all this. A dead transport pilot flying unauthorized missions with infected individuals who shouldn't have been taken out of quarantine, and an excavation site where multiple layers of security failed or were sabotaged, and none of this information reaches us here. I need to clear a few things up. I'll have some answers by then. See you later. What was that gesture? You weirdo. Alright. You weird booby armor. I don't know about the uniforms these UCH people wear. They look odd, to say the least. Anyway, that's as far as I'm going to go today. I will be back. You guys really are on high alert, huh? I will be back soon with some more of the story here of New Terra. Why are you green and the other ones are all blue? Again, with the booby armor. The bases that look cool in UCH territory. It's nice to see the new UCH settlement, I gotta say. And the work that they've done to make these POIs, they look pretty decent. They look good. But yeah, I'm hoping that the story picks up a little bit. So far, it's a lot of go here, go there, go here, go there, go there, go there, shoot 4 or 5 things, then go back there. So yeah, we'll see what happens next time. But thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed. Hopefully, I'll see you next time. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Darn trees.